what's good? It's your favorite Hispanic producer. Today we have a BossMan Dlow type beat tutorial. I had recorded a whole cookup for this, and when I open up DaVinci Resolve to edit the video, I find out that it was 2 minutes long and my OBS was not recording. So I could lie to you all and pretend like I am making the beat from scratch, or I could just make a video deconstructing it. So you have already heard the beat on the beginning of the video, so let's just jump straight into FL Studio and show you guys how I made everything. This is what the loop is sounding like. So that's what the melody sounds like. I'm gonna go step into step on how I made everything. This is the first layer, as you can see. It's really simple. It's like one chord, and I made this on Contact. I'm using the preset FS Soft Pad from the Roland Phantom, and this is what it sounds like. It sounds very eerie, like very, I don't know, like something terrible just happened. And the way that I layer this chord, it's basically G, and then you go up. So the way I made this chord, it's basically G, and so you go up 1, 2, 3, and then you go back up to G again. So like you play an octave and then the C in between. And on the last, like on the last part of this bar, I just took the G one note up. So instead of G, it's G sharp, and like those notes that are like sticking next to each other, you know, like G and G sharp, it will give out a lot of tension, and it's what you're looking for in these types of beats. Like tension is what makes it sound eerie, like something bad just happened. So that's why I layer the notes this way. After making the pad, I went straight into Trillion, which is a plugin from the guys that made Omnisphere, and it has a bunch of basses. And I picked out this bass. It's called Fingered Studio Bass Rock. So this is also setting like the root notes of the chord progression for the rest of the track, this bass right here. And so one note aside, there's this one thing in Trillion specifically where if you put a note's velocity all the way up, it works as a gliding note. So as you can hear right here, you can see that this note, the velocity is all the way up, and it sounds like this. If I take the velocity down, so it gives it that like room. And you know, if I just played it like this, it wouldn't make sense. So right before that C, I played a C one octave down, so it almost works as like a transition note. So and then we go up and down, all the way down. Tension. This like progression of root notes, it has a very particular feeling. It's like it feels like it always keeps you, it's like a cliffhanger, you know, like you're just watching a movie and something's about to happen but it never happens. That's the vibe that I get from this root note progression. So it's like, so that's the vibe that you're really looking for. So that with the pad, it sounds like this. I added a bell over here, so this is what it looks like. It has some delay on it. Just 1/4 delay, ping pong. So these notes that I am playing on the bell, they don't necessarily follow the root notes. They just follow what sounds good in the moment, you know. I've seen many people just like place the bells where the bass notes go. I didn't really do it on this one. Maybe in some occasions they do match, like for example here in the C, but then it goes up. No, it goes down to A sharp, so that doesn't really fit with the chord progression. I don't know. I just placed the bell notes wherever they sounded good. So for these BossMan Dlow type beats, you don't really need a lot of elements. You really just need a really simple pad that's just making tension. You need a bass, like an electric bass. Then you need a bell, brasses, maybe strings, and a low piano that's just playing one note. So after I had these three sounds layered down, I added a piano, which is playing this. It's from Keyscape. It's the LA Custom C7 Softest. Brass. Playing the exact same chords as the pad. And we have this G sharp at the same time that we have the G sharp on the pad. So it's basically the same notes. We just changed the groove a tiny bit. We had the brass here, then we cut it there. The brasses in this beat, they're just making movement and they're just creating groove, you know? That's what you need to think of the brass as. And again, the brass is a sound that sounds really evil. Like, I don't know, it has that vibe to it. And when you're making these beats, you want to find like, I don't know what's the term, bro. Like cheap sounding sounds. So you can either use Purity, Synology, Expand, or in my case, I am using the Contact. I'm using the Roland Phantom Bank on Contact. And this preset is the FS Brass. You probably heard it a million times already. I don't need to show you what brass it is. And we have this other brass. It's actually the exact same brass, and it's playing the exact same notes. Except the lower G, it's just like playing them at like groove, you know, and you play them together. So the last thing I added before finishing the melody was this little string from Synology. Once I had that layer down, I thought the melody was ready. I thought that I didn't need to overthink it any further. And I moved on into the drums. And quick pause right here. All the sounds that I'm using are from my drum kit, the Toolkit number 2, which has just dropped. The link is below in the description on the Omega website. It has a loop kit, 2 one-shot kits totaling over like 121 shot. It has like plus 30 loops, over 30 melody midis, over 400 drum sounds, including all the ones that I'm using here. So if you're making like Lou Tyler, BossMan Dlow, low shimmy, Florida type beats in general, trap beats in general, or ambient, I feel like these sounds will work really well with you. So yeah, if you're interested, the download link is below in the description. You can check it out. You have 2 options for BossMan Dlow type beats. You can either have the most obnoxious, loud hi-hat on your face, snare, and then 808, and that's it. Or you can go the other route where you have no hi-hats at all whatsoever, but you fill it out with perks. And I took the second option. So let me isolate the drums and show you what they sound like. And they sound like this. So every time I'm making these types of beats, I always start with a clap. In this case, I'm using this snare. Just on the 4. I moved on to the sap or sap, snap, laser, I don't know what you call it. And this one right here, the sap, is at the end of the pattern, and it's just like we have this little laser here. Another perk. At the beginning of the pattern, you know, right before the clap would be here. I feel like adding a perk here always adds bounce. It's like, especially in beats where you don't have hi-hats, like you need to add bounce somehow, you know? We have this rim over here, just establishing rhythm. I feel like this rim specifically and the laser at the end are what gives it a lot of the rhythm to the drums. We have this open hat, which hits with the 808, so not with all of the 808s, but with some of the 808s. It's important not to overdo the open hat, you know, it sounds annoying if you do it. This one hits even harder because, you know, it has like a empty white space at the beginning, so it sounds out of time. We have this short tiny perk over here. And with the 808, this is what the 808 looks like. You hear this on many Florida beats, especially like the hard Florida beats. It's that the 808 pattern starts like this. Boom, 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 boom. And that many of the 808s will fall where the clap falls. So for example, this 808 right here is falling where a clap would be. So if you play it with the claps, it sounds like this. Hold on. And that, like, the 808 clashing with the clap, it gives it a lot of harshness, like, damn, like, boom, you know? So yeah. You could have played it like this on the second part, but I feel like it might have been overdoing it, and this also gives it a lot of bounce, like. And so all the drums together, they sound like this. Nasty, like nasty, you know? This sounds like an armed robbery, bro. This sounds like life without parole. This sounds like you caught a case and there's evidence of you in like 16K resolution. Like there's no way you're getting out, you know? This sounds like fucking Boulevard Artigas at 4 a.m. Alright, that was it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, like the videos. Follow me on Instagram, bro. Follow me on Instagram. This right here is my Instagram. It will be on my screen somewhere. Follow me there. Yeah, if you liked how it sounds, you should probably check out my kit. Link down below. I will not say it again. And yeah, see you in the next one. Maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe tomorrow. Who knows, bro? I'll see you soon. Hope you enjoyed it.